Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, in our program Leaves from Gora's Life, written by Dr. Sharma Marla, I am going to read out you the contact of Gora with communist movement. Gora lived at Mudunuru village in Krishna district for 7 years from 1940 to 1947. The villagers were very hospitable to him. They maintained his family and a group of workers. Gora established close contacts with untouchables. Many of the young men of the village cooperated with him. There was general sympathy. Gora started the first atheist center there. Gora conducted adult education classes. Some of the superstitions were dispelled. They demonstrated firewalking also to prove it scientifically. Gora was in general supported by the villagers. Another problem that he took up there was village sanitation. The villages of India are not latrine-minded. They take to soil pollution. So Gora took up this problem, constructed latrines at several places. Strangely, Gora was invited to open latrines. Gora performed some of the opening ceremonies and taught them how to use the trench latrines. Some of his friends there still use the trench latrines. So on the whole, Gora was very happy, but there was one defect. Mudunuru was very remote from the nearest railway station and the main road. Gora had to take nearly 3 to 4 hours to reach the nearest railway station and about 1 hour to reach the nearest road communication. There was only one post office, no telegraphic communication. It was the lack of communication that imposed certain hardships upon the progress of atheism. He had to walk long distances to go to other villages for the atheistic lectures. It needed a lot of time. Gora did not mind the hardships, but the lack of communication handicapped the propaganda of atheism. Therefore, his friends and he tried to shift to another village where they had better communications. In one of his tours in the propagation of atheism, he came to Patamata, which is a village, a suburb of Vijayawada, where he is staying now. Vijayawada is a big city of 3 lakh population with facilities for modern communication. Now there is an airport also close to that and it is a big railway junction. Side by side with the atheistic activity and adult education, Gora was taking part in the spread of the library movement. Library movement was a part of adult education. Gora always say that in the library movement in India, besides the books and newspapers, libraries should be equipped with scientific apparatus to explain eclipse, some of these chemicals and acids and alkalis and indicators to show the changing colors and some simple apparatus to dispel these superstitions to the villagers. Connected with the library movement, incidentally with atheistic propaganda, Gora visited Patamata sometime in 1946 and explained to the villagers his desire to shift to a place which had better communications than Mudunuru. He could not shift for himself because he had to depend completely upon public sympathy for the economic support of his family. Then he found at Patamata village some friends who invited them to shift from Mudunuru to Patamata. So he shifted there towards the end of 1947. As Gora developed close association with Mudunuru village, it was very painful for him to leave from there. At that small village, 140 people regarded themselves as atheists. The entire village was sympathetic to his work. The thatched huts which were donated to him by the villagers were shifted from there to Patamata. Some villagers, especially untouchables, came all the way and constructed the huts at the new place. It was their sympathy and love for Gora. When Gora started from Mudunuru, the entire village gave him farewell, which he can never forget. At Patamata, he was invited to settle on a common land which belonged to a temple trust. The huts were erected there. Gora host at Patamata took up a strange stand. At the public meeting at Patamata where he was invited, Gora told him that he was an atheist, that he did not believe in the existence of caste, that his daughter was getting married to a so-called untouchable, and that Mahatma Gandhi was to solemnize that. Gora told them that they did not observe any caste rules, that he ate beef and pork to show that he did not believe in any caste. But when he actually came to Patamata and mingled with the untouchable population there and arrange entertaining programs and intercaste marriages, the local peasants and the caste-minded people reacted to his behavior. They thought that Gora was only talking about the removal of untouchability and he was philosophical only. But when they actually saw his mixing with them and encouraging eating with them, some of the Hindus of the village reacted aggressively. And his host, the landlord, warned him that he should not mix with the untouchables in that manner. He should not go to their huts and he should not eat with them. He should not conduct adult education classes in their areas, the slums. On the other hand, Gora must invite them to the place where he was staying and there he should conduct the classes. That was how the landlord objected to his behavior. Gora said that he informed the landlord at the public meeting that he was like this with the atheistic ideology and that he would mix with them. Then the landlord warned Gora and said that he should shift from that locality, that is, from his garden, if he continues in the atheistic habit of mixing. Of course, the landlord did not object to the philosophical interpretation of atheism, but he objected to atheistic practices. It was very strange. Some were liberal to tolerate the philosophical and theoretical aspects of questions, but when they were practically solved, they reacted strongly. The landlord objected to Gora's daughter marrying an untouchable. The landlord himself was a Gandhian, a devotee of Gandhi, but still, though he knew that Gandhi was to solemnize the marriage, he said that it was a very radical step, too radical to be accommodated in those conditions of India. Therefore, the landlord warned him. Then Gora proved stubborn. The landlord instituted legal proceedings against Gora for the eviction from that land. Gora did not contest, so an ex parte decree was declared against him for eviction. Gora did not wait to be evicted. And from there, we shall continue it in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Dr. Samaram Multi-Channel Network, which has more than 18 crore views, and click the bell icon for notification of our new videos.
Please download Samaram Multi-Channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.